Muy buenas noches a todos. Estamos aquí en los Leadership Awards del Boy Scouts of America en el chapter del Bronx, aquí en Nueva York. Tenemos aquí a Jeremiah, un nativo de aquí del Bronx que quiere hablar de los Boy Scouts y cómo la organización lo ha ayudado. Jeremiah, I want you to tell us a little bit about the Boy Scouts and how it's helped you.
I really can't explain it. It's just improved my life so well. Like, it's just all my friends just are like, they think what others think, and I'm the only one who could join Boy Scouts, and me and my friend are the only ones who teamed up and we could join Boy Scouts. So we teamed up and we talked to our den leader that we wanted to join Boy Scouts, and he was really, really proud of us. And
Color guard, man. Two. Stand up. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and warrior. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Well, I have been involved with Boy Scouts for over 8 years. It has a very positive influence on my life and has allowed me to make the right choices in life. My brother Jeremiah is a Cub Scout now, and I try to be an example for him. I know the Boy Scouts will have a positive impact on his life too. When some of my friends were home playing video games, I was camping and learning about a world outside my block. I slept in the woods, served as a color guard for Colonel Timothy Dolan, collected over 4,000 books for children in homeless shelters through our annual holiday troop drive, been in parades, built my own car to race in competition, gone swimming at 6 a.m., fired a rifle, shot a bow and arrow, been rock climbing, fishing, learned first aid, and made friends that I would keep for a lifetime, and most importantly, bring me closer to God.
A pocket for your iPhone. We teach how to use a GPS system rather than, and we also teach, by the way, the compass. But we use the GPS systems. We have rocketry as a merit badge. We have robotics as a merit. I don't know. I was learning leather crafting. But frankly, what kids are learning today is relevant. It is real. It is important to them. 70% of what a child learns is outside of the classroom. 70%. So what do we do with our young people when they're not, and no disrespect, by the way, to higher education and most of the folks in the room, but what do we do with our kids when they're not with you? They learn so much, and to have that positive role model in their lives, like scouting, is so important. It is so important.
And be involved with the Scouts. Thanks very much. Please join me in another round of applause to thank all our sponsors. Who exemplify in their daily lives the ideals of the Boy Scouts of America, as expressed in the Scout Oath and law. Would Julia Cohen, General Manager of Unit Culver, please come forward, and he will join me at the podium to present our first award to Randall Berman.
Good evening. Mr. Randall Berman is the Chief Operating Officer of Continental Food and Beverage. For those of you that don't know Continental is Indigo, basically. is an exclusive bottler of the Inca Kola brand from the Coca-Cola Company. He's a graduate of New Jersey Institute of Technology, and Mr. Berman began his career at Netco Conveyor Company. During his tenure at Netco, Mr. Berman held positions of increasing responsibility, culminating as Vice President of Operations. In 1990, he began his career in the beverage industry, in the field of multicultural sales and marketing. As an executive working with Inca Kola, Berman was responsible for building new marketing strategies and opening new markets in the United States and Asia. Mr. Berman traveled to Japan and China, opening the export business for Inca Kola that still exists today. Most recently, Mr. Berman served as National Director for Hispanic Brands for the Coca-Cola Company, where his responsibilities for the creation of national sales force for their Hispanic brands were deployed. He spearheaded Inca Cola's marketing initiatives, which led to the current model used by the Coca-Cola Company for their Hispanic brands. Berman stands on a solid reputation of commitment to serving the Hispanic community for the last 20 years. In 2009, he was the recipient of the Latino Trendsetter Award and named Executive of the Year for the Hispanic Heritage State Parade of New Jersey. In 2007, he was awarded Businessman of the Year for the Premios Latinos Awards in New York City. He currently is a member of Hispanic Scholarship Foundation Selection Committee. He was recognized by the Dominican Consulate for his participation in the cleanup of the worst lead contamination site in the world that existed in Jaina, Dominican Republic. Numerous local and national Hispanic organizations have recognized Mr. Berman for his literature, commitment, and continued support to the community. He currently serves on the board of directors of Easter Seals New York and Stratford Community Service. Please help me welcome Mr. Randy Berman.
Talk a little bit about that in my experience with Scouts. As I get into this, I don't want to bore you too long. You heard a lot about Scouts, but it is a very important initiative. I need to thank a few people. First of all, my family, my wife Elizabeth, who's here with me today. She's my strength, my support. Without her, I wouldn't be here today speaking to all of you. Julio, who is general manager of our company, is also our nephew, who's here, and his wife, Liliana, and the other staff of our company that are extremely valuable. Most importantly, Mr. Luis Martinez, who's my father-in-law, who is the man responsible for bringing Inca Kola to the United States over 30 years ago. He and his wife, Lourdes, my mother-in-law, had a dream. A dream that they would take a brand and make it an international product. A small Hispanic brand that nobody knew. Nobody knew what it was, this little yellow thing. And they worked, and they worked, and they worked to put us on the map and where we are today. Without their leadership, none of us would be here. So I want to thank Louis and my mother-in-law, who unfortunately could not make it here due to her health this evening. Thank you so much. Just a little bit about scouting. I am a Boy Scout myself. I grew up in New Jersey, participated in scouting my whole life, starting with Cub Scouts and working up on through Boy Scouts. As Charlie said earlier, it is a platform to learn citizenship, as you said, Charlie, and leadership. And my first opportunity to become a leader happened with the Scouts. And there were a bunch of adults that believed in me and my abilities. And I was, a very young man, shy, not very outgoing, but they saw something in me. They saw a quality in me, and they gave me an opportunity. that opportunity taught me the leadership skills that I still use today as an adult. And to you young guys growing up and coming up through the scouting ranks, I praise you. You're doing a great job. You don't realize today what this is going to mean to you in the future. But thank you for what you're doing, because you're doing a great justice to yourself and your. With that, I just want to once again thank Boy Scouts Council of New York for bestowing me with this prestigious award. I'm very honored and very humbled by this. Thank you very
I
much.
have quite a big experience in scouting as well. So I'm really very happy to be honored by this association. I think you're doing really great work, necessary work, and I am just so proud of the young boys who are here tonight, especially John. You are something else. So keep up the good work, because we're going to be following you to see where you go. Because you really did a great job tonight, and I'm sure all of them are wonderful. To the parents, how many parents are in the room? Of the Boy Scouts, raise your hand. Congratulations, for keeping up with your young boys and supporting them in scouting. You're really doing a good job, so I want to congratulate you too, because I know it takes time to juggle so many things and to be able to get them to the meetings, get them to the activities, so you really deserve a round of applause. And to my colleague Tony, I also want to congratulate for all the good work you've been doing. At Bronx Community College, we would love to have a lot of you scouts come to Bronx. We would love to host you for meetings. So if there's a way that we can collaborate with you, please let us know. Thank you.
These incredible Bronx Boy Scouts. Can I have a round of applause again? Thank you for sharing your rich experiences, but thank you for the elegance and the grace that you have brought to this very special evening. So thank you very much on behalf of everybody in this room. I'm honored to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with the Boy Scouts organization. We're dedicated to helping shape the future leaders of this city and of this great country. I'm going to introduce you to two future leaders that I'm very partial to. Number one, Andres Roman, who's going to be a future Boy Scout. So, take a couple of you. And the other is Ariana Roman, who a former Girl Scout. I think we could probably still get her involved again. And my husband, who I'm going to confess was not a Boy Scout, but is a Boy Scout in spirit, Judge Nelson Roman. I'm going to brag a minute in the spirit of Hispanic Heritage Month. President Obama just nominated him 2 weeks ago to serve as a federal district court judge. And I say that because, and I'm going to deviate from my prepared comments, Nelson and I met at Fordham University when we were kids, and we didn't know what we were, talking about that was 40 pounds ago, right? And we didn't know what we were doing, we didn't have mentors. I made the mistake, I don't know about you, Nelson, I went to college, I didn't have an advisor, I had an advisor, I never went. All of a sudden I realized, oh my God, I have to graduate, I have to do something. So we mentored each other. We met when I was 18, he was 19. 2 kids, we decided we wanted to be lawyers one day. We had no idea what that meant. We didn't know about the LSATs, and then you had to go to law school. And then somebody forgot to tell us that that thing cost $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. So we learned that when we got there. Nelson was a New York City police officer who went to law school at night and lent me money to pay my tuition because I had no money, because that's how expensive. But we had this crazy dream. We wanted to be lawyers, and our parents were not wealthy. Nelson's father was one of the first fireman, he's Latino fireman, Bronx fireman ever in the history of New York City firefighters. And my parents came here from Puerto Rico with $100 in their pocket. So I guess that's like 50 with her and 50 with him. And they had nothing. And they had a dream. They were going to open up a business, that they were going to have children, that they were going to make enough money to send all those children to college. And that's what they did, working 6 days a week. And God forbid, you came home. You're lucky you didn't have my parents. You came home with a B+. ¿Pa qué fue eso? Salte de la casa. So there was no such thing as not achieving at the highest levels because there was no choice. So I know that's part of what the Boy Scouts teach you, which is excellence and the oath and the code. And I'm going to learn it by heart next time, and I should have. But that, what the Boy Scout is teaching you, they're teaching you early on what these two poor guys had to figure out on their own at the age of 18, 19, and 20. So I hope you're relishing every second. I see that you are celebrating these wonderful adults that are making these opportunities available to you. So I want you to continue to thank them, appreciate every second of it. And you have to dream like big, 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 because these two guys never in a million years would have thought that I would be the lawyer to Michael Bloomberg. And even sometimes after 11 years, I can't believe I'm the lawyer. But is that really my client? Yeah, that's my client. And for those of you that ever have visited City Hall, and I know Rita has, the mayor has a bullpen set in like this. So the mayor sits here, and Carol sits here. And he thought that was very clever because he says, that way, if I ever say anything that's like sexist or illegal or wrong, you're just going to kick me. So 11 years, that's what I do. I make sure that, everything stays calm, and there's no police corruption, and nobody steals money, and great judges, and that the mayor of the city of New York doesn't say anything that is not supposed to be said. And that's dreaming. And you do that just through the power of your imagination and following the passion that's in your heart. So the two little kids that have this crazy dream that one day we were going to be, and his was always to be a judge. I don't know why, and he did it. And we're hopeful that there'll be other great things for these incredible, incredible young men. So thank you for this award. Thank you for sharing this wonderful, wonderful day with me and with my family.
Inca Kola contigo siempre en la comunidad, en el día de hoy con nosotros en el evento de los Boy Scouts of America en el chapter de New York. Nos encontramos con John John, uno de los Boy Scout leaders que estuvo con nosotros en la ceremonia, dándole obviamente uno de los premios de Leadership Awards a nuestro COO Randy Berman. Nos sentimos muy orgullosos de poder participar en este evento, como siempre, Inca Kola ayudando siempre a la comunidad, estando presente en la comunidad en el día de hoy con los Boy Scouts. John, do you want to say some words for Inca Kola, for the people in Inca Kola and the website? You can say it in English. Look at the camera.
It feels honored, and I'm very blessed to be a Boy Scout.
There you go. Thanks a lot, guys, and Inca Kola contigo siempre en la comunidad. Thanks.